Hello and welcome to DataTrack, a platform for data lineage. I'm Dinesh-Insight and I will be presenting my project at Inside Data Science. So imagine the scene where the vice president of legal walks to the office of the application owner and says we have these customers who claim they have unsubscribed from emails and other solicitations, but they are still receiving the solicitations. Can you provide us all the changes that a customer may have made in the last few months? The application owner says, we don't maintain all the history of all the changes. We just have the current state of the database. We are not interested in tracking all the changes. Uh, it would be a humongous amount of data, and it would also affect the performance of all our queries. However, I don't have any problems if you access our database, and you can do what you like, but make sure that our performance is not impacted. Uh, this situation where where you require all the changes that made database is of is becoming increasingly important, especially for data scientists who want to track what events may have triggered customer behavior changes. It's also important to track errors that are in reports, in published reports. They can always go back in time and identify how the data looked at a certain point in time and the source of the errors. It's also becoming increasingly popular now with GDPR and other compliance and regulatory laws coming into effect. So, the solution to capturing all the changes is by, in my case, I took MySQL and I look at the bin log, which has the transaction logs, all the changes that happens to a database, and I publish this bin log in real time to a Kafka server, and this and from the Kafka server, it moves to Spark streaming and eventually to CockroachDB. The data is eventually published in Dash Plotly. I chose CockroachDB for a variety of reasons, which I'll be discussing soon. And some of the challenges here was in the data capture. I had many options: parse the data myself, look for APIs on GitHub, and I tried both of these. I spent some time. I didn't get satisfactory results. I ended up finding a tool called Debezium, which did a pretty good job of uh, of capturing the bin logs and very efficiently. Uh, all the changes that happens in the source database, in this case the MySQL database, eventually flow into a CockroachDB. I chose CockroachDB because it is one of the few relational distributed databases. On the CAP theorem, it is consistent and partitioned. The queries that will be used are most likely going to be OLTP queries. And one of the things that I found very interesting is it's pretty good documentation. Here is a brief demo of the screen. So let's query for Harry Lou. And here we have a track of all the changes that happened for this customer record. The red indicates it was deleted, which is the current state. The green here indicates the time it was created. The two blues indicate the two times that the record changed. Here's a brief about myself. I have worked extensively on relational databases in the past, very strong in advanced SQL, PL SQL. I have done a lot of data modeling both in the OLTP and dimensional world. Uh, Built web services. Of late, I've been working on distributed databases, distributed data pipelines, picking up Scala, worked in Linux and Amazon Web Services. I also have a Bachelor of Engineering in computers. And during my spare time, I try to run 5Ks. I ski a little bit and also golf now and then. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.